Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to richen up, warm up, dimension up a beautiful blonde that has lacked a little bit of dimension, has some grown out roots, and wants some change. If this is your first time checking out my channel, hello, my name is Brett Ryan, and I am a blonde and color correction specialist located in Orange County, New York. I am now a salon suite owner and recently just expanded my business into double the size, and I bring videos for your learning every Monday and Friday here on my hair channel. So this is my client Caitlin, and she's been coming to me for a while. Usually we want to lighten her up, and we were taking her lighter because she's usually a traditional like dirty blonde, never too light. She wanted to brighten up, try that beautiful light blonde, get it to almost like a white blonde. So I was all in, we did it. Now she doesn't like it. It doesn't hurt to try, right guys? So today she's back. She took a little bit of a break. She usually comes every like 8 weeks. This time it was 3 months, so it was about 12 weeks. She has a lot of regrowth. Because she's so blonde, it looks so dark, but realistically she is a level 6, which is not dark at all. And we're just gonna go in, we're gonna tightly pack baby lights like normal. But unlike normal, we are going to add low light. We're also going to shadow her instead of tapping, and we're also going to tone her down to a more bronzy level 8-ish blonde. If you guys have been following me for a while now and you're an OG Brett Ryan supporter, you know I love doing lowlights very randomly. You know, a lot of people do 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 1-to-1, all kinds of different ratios like that, meaning like 1 highlight to 2 lowlights or whatever the case may be, or vice versa. But with me, I want it to look as natural as possible. That is my style, that lived in natural blonde or lived in natural color. And I find that when you go in and you do low lights and you do them randomly and sporadically, like every 2 foils, 3 foils, 4 foils, or wherever you feel like you want to add dimension or fill it out and really not have a plan when it comes to that, it looks more natural because it's not so uniform. When it's too uniform, it will look too perfect and it will look too unrealistic. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken. Since we're doing low lights, I have to fill the hair since she's a level 10 blonde. So I love using gold for my low light filling. I always love using an N with a little bit, like a quarter of the G. So I'm using 6N, 6G, Redken Shades EQ. 3/4 of my formula, which is most of my formula, is the neutral. And 1/4 is the filler, which is the gold. You only need a little bit when you're filling, especially with low lights, because you're usually only adding, you know, level 6, 7, even like a 5, you can get away with a gold filler. I don't like to always run for the copper and the red when I'm filling, especially for low lights and stuff like this when I'm working with blondes, because you'll see that underlying pigment of red and it will show brassy when it fades out and whatnot. The only time I'll really go in and use copper or red is if I'm really dropping the levels down and we're doing a drastic color. So for my lightener, I'm using my Ride or Die go-to Goldwell Oxycur. We're only using 20 volume. You guys know 20 volume is always my go-to, unless I'm doing like money pieces and I'll drop it down to 10, or if I need a little bit extra kick when I'm teasing out the ends and I do 30, never usually higher than that. Right here, I wanted to show you guys when I'm doing the top crown area. For example, Caitlin, she does have a little cowlick on the back area where people get like that little spin thing right at the crown and the back at the top of the head. And the reason I love placement is because you can manipulate the look and help do this and help do that and disguise this. So very commonly, you'll see a lot of people with cowlicks in that area, or you know, the way their hair parts a certain weird way. If you do not go in and do detailed foiling in this crown area, it's gonna look like a really dark black hole. Actually, that's something I get all the time from clients who are new when they first come to me. Please, whatever you do, make sure I don't have that dark gaping hole in the back of my head. So as you see, I'm going off on a diagonal. I like to do an upside down triangle here. On the left of the back and the right of the back, I always go up on a slight diagonal. And that's naturally, as I work my way up on both sides, going to bring me into a point of an upside down triangle. Even when I do a half highlight, I usually just do the triangle section on the upside down part. But I love doing this. It depends on if the person has a really, really weird cowlick, like she kind of does. So I'm going in and I'm packing them in back to back, tightly packed. And I'm really paying attention to what I add and what I don't add with my Lowlights and my Lightener. And I'm always going on a strict diagonal because when it falls, it's going to fall beautifully. You could do this so many different ways. You can go up horizontally if you want a lot of coverage, but we are giving her a more richened up look and toning her down a little bit and making her more brondy. So I do want the dimension to actually pop. So we will do it on a diagonal here because that's gonna fall beautifully and show some dimension. So we finally finished packing in all those foils. Her head's very, very heavy. She has a lot of dense hair. It always takes me an extra 10 or 15 minutes to foil her than my normal baby light. But we are now going to let her process, and she's a level 6, but sometimes her hair can be a little stubborn when lifting. So I do let her sit for a little bit. I let her sit for about 45 minutes, and then we'll pull the foils, and then we'll root shadow her. I'm going to be mixing up 6N, 6NA, just a splash of 6NA. The NAs and Shades EQ are very strong, so if you never used them before and you want to try them, always use 1/4 only. It's very blue-based. So for my toner formula, we want to keep her very warm, but not too dark. So I'm going to do 9B, 9P, 9GB, 8WG, and 8GG. This is going to make her about an 8.5, and that's going to be perfect. You got to remember the hair will lighten up as it washes and time goes on, so she will get a little lighter. I still wanted to tone her down, but not too much to where she feels not blonde. So I forgot to turn the camera on for most of her root shadow, but you guys see me do this 1,000 times. I always leave the hairline out until the last about 2 minutes. And now I'm going to slightly tap around the hairline, comb it back and blend it with my Zambia comb, lay her back, and then I'm going to rinse out the Olaplex No. 2 treatment and apply the toner and work the toner in at the same time as the root shadow so we get an absolute seamless blend.
did more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my
All right, guys, I let her tone for about 5 to 10 minutes. I worked it in the whole entire time, emulsifying it with my hands, and now we are done. This is another look at the before, so you can compare it to the after. Those roots are now gone, blended beautifully with a beautiful shadow that matches her own base, and now she's more richened up, warm, and a little bit more of a dirty blonde blonde. Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Also, don't forget to leave your video ideas down there. I always want to put content out you guys want to see. Until the next one, guys, as always, I love you so much, and so long for now.